Streaming. Let me just make sure that we are live. What is up, everybody? How are you doing? Welcome to Crackin' the Madness. You got Mad Hatter here next to, wrong way, KT over here. And then we are interviewing the man himself, Mr. VIN J. How are you doing today, sir?
Good, bro. Happy to be here.
I gotta be
Same.
honest.
We're happy you're here.
I was shocked because you're not usually one to do a lot of interviews. And KT messaged me. He's like, I got something set up for next week. I was like, oh, yeah? What's that? He's like, an interview with Vin J. And I was like, you're fucking lying. No, you don't. No, and he sent me the screenshot. And I was like, oh, my. So I'm super excited for this. I know KT is super excited for this as well. And we just want to thank you for being here and taking time out of your day. I know you're extremely busy, but is there anything that you want to let the viewers know about yourself? Kind of do like a little introduction, or?
Yeah. So to go off of what you just said earlier, though, about you guys, realizing I don't do a lot of podcasts or interviews or shit like that. I said yes to you guys because both you support, for real. Hatter, you're always dropping reactions, and KT, is just always supporting generally, always with everything. So, so it's just giving back, bro. That's all it is.
We appreciate it, man. And
Definitely.
I had to wear it.
Come on, fam.
I had to wear it. The whole get up.
Oh, the whole suit. Let's go.
Yep.
I'm too broke for a whole suit, but I do got your CDs downstairs.
That's fair. There's no suits left anyway, man.
Yeah.
That was the limited drop.
Maybe for the next album release.
I'm so happy that I was able to get it, dude. You have no idea.
I just cooked up with Epidemic's Beast Unleashed 5 merch because I just finished that record and shot the video yesterday. So we're cooking up a fucking dope ass hoodie for it.
That is awesome, and you know for a fact I'll cop it. So.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
I'll definitely have to do my best to go through my loose change and put it all on a card and get myself a copy too. Or not a copy.
We can make something happen.
A hoodie. Damn it.
Yeah.
Words header. But so one of the questions that a lot of people have asked is like, who are your inspirations when it comes to music?
So that answer changes a lot for me. But to start with, I'll say the people that influenced me to start making rap music. The top three are probably like Lil Wayne, M, and 50. Those are probably my top three that like got me into rap, and I was like,
Okay.
studied the game after that and started writing.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a little tougher to answer because I don't consume that much. Like I don't really sit down and listen to full albums for artists, and I don't really like go out of my way to discover new artists. So I'm very selective with people I'll listen to, and especially sit down and listen to an entire album for. That's like very, very selective. I could probably only list like 5 artists that I would do that for. But with that being said, J. Cole is a huge inspiration of mine. Russ is definitely a huge inspiration of mine just because of like the whole independent narrative that he pushes, and that shit he didn't have to say all that, right? He could have got all that success and been like, this is my secret, I'm not telling anyone, blah, blah, blah. But he gives, gems for us independent artists to thrive with. Yeah. But then it ranges to like Meek Mill too, and to take it out of rap as well, man, I listen to a lot of pop punk, and that's what a lot of people don't know. As of the past few months, I've been probably listening to more pop punk than rap.
That's
No
dope.
kidding.
Pop punk is awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
I got to give you a little bit of credit. Like, not many people credit 50 Cent for being one of their inspirations when it comes to music. Like, I remember...
Man, one of the best rap albums of all time, bro. Get Rich or Die Trying.
That was the first 50 Cent album that I ever came across, and, like... I was weird as a kid because, like, I grew up with my family, like, all they listened to was country, so, like, I wasn't used to any of this other genres or styles of music, and then I got into Eminem and You know, he was really close with 50, and I was like, I'll give him a shot, and bought that album, and it's never looked back since. It's been a wild ride.
Hell yeah,
Very-
definitely one of the best albums of all time for sure.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
It's a very good
50
album.
Cent.
Those
50
Dre
Cent
beats,
is
bro.
awesome.
That's true. 50's a legend, but Dre, that album and like Eminem show would not be what they are without Dre. There's
Oh.
something, the energy that he brings to an album that makes it a classic.
Yeah,
Facts.
there's you can always tell, like, I don't want to say when someone's really talented at what they do, but when they're really passionate about it, compared to someone that's like just getting started or have been doing it for maybe a year or two. Like you can tell the difference in the beats. It's like, wow, this one's really powerful. This beat is meant to like reach inside and grab your soul, and you can really
Something
tell
I
that
always
difference.
say, man. Yeah. Something I always say, bro. Like, I turn down a lot of beats. And the thing is, like, the beat needs to be a hit before I even get on it.
Hmm.
Then I will take it to the next level. But it needs to be a hit without me.
Right.
Right.
Like the mumble rapper versus lyricist record I did is a great example. That beat had like 25 million views on YouTube before I got on it because it was that good. And I was like, yeah, I think it's good, and clearly a lot of people think it's good.
Right.
And then I just elevated it, but it was already a smash.
Hmm.
And you absolutely killed that track, bro. Like,
Yeah, that song idea was just brilliant. It was a brilliant idea, and I remember hearing you talk about it a while back. Actually, I'm not sure if it was a Papa Do or something like that. But you said like you held a party for it because you knew it was gonna blow up, or something
Yeah.
like that. Like,
That's a funny ass story, man. That
Yeah.
I'll tell it quick if your viewers haven't heard it before.
sure, go
no,
ahead.
go for it.
Yeah, man. So I was making music for 10 years, spotty 10 years, not like relentlessly going for it for 10 years. Every few months, 4 months, 5 months, I'd make a song and whatever. And over the course of the 10 years, I made $60 total. And
Oof.
my most viewed song had 4,000 views. I made mumble rapper versus lyricist, still working a regular job. And I knew so certainly that it was going to pop off that I had a release party with my entire family, got it catered, like had it at my uncle's house, and like we played the video when it dropped, just because I knew like life was about to change after that. And that is a level of confidence I had after 10 years of making music with no money from it.
Hmm.
Damn.
But I just knew.
That's crazy. Like the first
Yeah.
when I first started getting into the YouTube scene, like I followed Crypt a lot, so like I didn't know a lot of these other artists, and then the first song that I actually got introduced to you with was "Devil Went Down to Hip Hop."
That was the first one.
That was the first one, and then I came
That's
across
crazy.
Mumble Rapper versus Lyricist, and I was like, "Holy shit, this dude is spazzing!"
Yeah.
That's wild. It always blows my mind when people tell me like, "Oh, I found you from what?" That I've never heard before. I've never heard people say they found me from that. But like when people tell me they found me from the cipher I did with Crypt,
Mm-hmm.
that always blows my mind too. Just because like in terms of views, like mumble rapper
Right.
to that, I'm used to people telling me like, "Oh, I found you from mumble rapper versus lyricist," but there's certain songs that blow my mind that they're like the first ones people found me from.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It was actually kind of funny because me and Hatter were talking about how we discovered you because, you know, the interview idea popped up and you said yes. And I was like, holy shit, this just happened. Um, but we were actually talking about that, and we both actually discovered you from that song. The
From-
Devil Went Down. Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it does have a good amount of views. It's not super shocking, but I would never like assume that that's how people discovered me.
Yeah, it was crazy because it was at a time. So like, I was at a low time back then, you know, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do at all. And my homie was like, "Hey, check out this guy Crypt real quick. Like he's a dope guy. I'm just trying to make you feel better." And he's like, he puts it on, and I was like, wow, this dude's awesome. And then he was like, yeah, check out this song, and then it was the song with you on it. And then I was like, yo, these two like put together are like insane. And I didn't listen to hip hop very much until I got introduced to you and Crypt.
That's what's up. Yeah,
Yeah.
me, I like doing songs with Crypt. With the whole back and forth shit, you know, that's mine and
Yeah.
his thing. Like when I went to do the cookout cipher,
Yep.
you know, first of all, he told everyone the night before that we're about to do a cipher the next day, which was so crazy. And then everyone's writing their verse outside the studio, and he comes up to me and he's like, "We're gonna go back and forth." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, it sounds so good when you guys do it. Like there isn't many artists that can really pull it off like the way you guys do. It's weird.
You guys lean on each other and pull from each other like in just the right intervals to where like, you guys do that back and forth, and it's just like pristine.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we have similar styles to an extent, and we have good chemistry, you know, so it's like we can really bounce off each other.
Yeah, it was a super dope song.
Matt Prestonian in the chat says, I found Vinjay 2 years ago after his song Mumble Rapper versus Lyricist when I was making my first song, and I found out that Vinjay owned the beat.
I don't own the beat, so to speak. The person who owns the beat is the producer, because it's such a popular beat and he leases it out to so many people that it would be dumb for him to sell it unless it was like an exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah, it would get rid of so many songs if that were to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about leasing beats online, man. It's so convenient and helps independent artists because you get shit for cheap and whatever, and it could blow up. But I always think about that shit, like it could get like legally it can get weird down the line.
Yeah, because like I know Cripps said like with his album, like he got the leases for all the beats and that he used, and then someone made a song on the same beat and then tried claiming him like 2 weeks before the album dropped. I was like, what the hell?
That happened to me on my song Beast Mode, bro. I made this song Beast Mode, and the main melody in it, in the instrumental, was from a beat pack. So what producers do is they go on, you know, line of like, how could I explain it? Big producers make awesome melodies, right, in their little Logic sessions, and then they just make a folder of them and they sell that. They sell that to a bunch of people. Oh, it's $50 for an entire pack of melodies that are so good, right? So cool. A bunch of people buy it and they chop them and screw them and make it their own and blah blah blah. Put their own drums behind it, add other instruments. And it's a very common thing. What happened is the producer who made Beast Mode used a melody from a pack and then made the beat his own. I got on it, uploaded Beast Mode. Boom. It starts going crazy the first week, like performing better than a lot of my songs at the time. And then it gets not copyright claimed, copyright strike on my channel and taken the fuck down. And that's never happened to me before, since or before. And I was like shook. I was like, what the hell? And it took a song down that was doing really well, so I was pissed. And I go to the channel that copyright claimed it, and another producer who made the beat for that person used the exact same melody loop. The beat sounded very different. The song in general sounded very different. It was an international kid. And just because it had that same melody, he was able to get my whole video stripped off of YouTube.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the melody is public domain. So, like, you know what it is, guys? It's technology is growing at a faster rate than the copyright laws can keep up. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's something that's always been a little iffy with music, in my opinion, because like it's very hard with, you know, millions or hundreds of thousands of others that do music to come up with something different to where it doesn't sound like this other song, you know, and that's something that I tend to struggle with occasionally when I'm writing my own music, or if I find a beat, if I hear someone else's beat that's similar to it, I don't want it to get like taken down or anything. so I end up not using it, and it just postpones the music. So I totally get that. That really sucks though, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. I tried to fight it a bunch of times, and then I realized it was taking too much energy from me anyway. And YouTube is the lowest paying platform out of, all of the other music sites. So I was like, it could be worse. I'm not fucking stressing about it. But to go even further on that, this copyright shit has put a damper on what is capable in hip hop a little bit, because hip hop started on a lot of samples. They would mix older tracks from jazz records or fill in the blank, and that was like the roots of hip hop, and now you just can't do it.
Right. Yeah, it has to be
You get
creative
like
and new.
a little snippet of it in there that computer can recognize, and it instantly just shuts you right down. It's like, come on now. But
Yeah, and people are like, oh, you can chop it up and reverse it and this, that, and the third, and then you won't get flagged. It's like, yeah, but the whole magic was in the original melody, in the sample,
Yeah.
We scheme in the chat saying I'll always laugh out loud at meeting Vin J. Man stared at my masked self for a solid 90 seconds as I talked with Futuristic. He finally chimed in and said, bro, what the fuck is up with the mask? You okay?
And that was at the cookout. It's so true. I was very confused by the mask, but we talked about it, and now he's not even wearing the mask, right?
Nope,
Yeah.
he took the mask off. He only uses it for like certain songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time. I was drinking there, bro. That was a good time.
What's up, Deshaun Mafia?
What's good, Spectrum? Good to see you in chat.
So, I guess you already kind of answered this next question, because you said you got Beast Unleashed 5 coming out. You just got done recording it. So the question was there any new music, or is there a new album in the works?
So there's always new music.
Yeah.
Always.
It's Vin J we're talking about.
I did the numbers. I dropped almost 3 albums worth of music last year. I think it was like 32 songs. And if you're going to call 12 songs an album, and that's not including the features I did for people. So in totality, it was definitely 3 albums plus. Yeah. But as of right now, no album in the works. Just because I feel like when I start to make an album, I kind of like, how could I put it? I put a damper on my creativity, because I'm like, oh, the songs need to sound a certain way to fit the vibe of the album. And then all of a sudden, you're immediately putting a ceiling on yourself of what you're allowed to create. And I hate that shit. So as of right now, I'm just making song by song.
Okay.
And going to be releasing singles. I have an idea to consolidate them at the end of the year in a way that I don't think any other artist has done before. So, I've done the shit where it's 12 songs, you drop them one a week, and then on the 12th week, they all consolidate into the full album, right? But this other thing I want to do, I was like, what if I drop singles all year long, and then at the end of the year, I can send all my fans to this page where they can pick their 12 favorite songs of the year that they want to see on the album. And then the top 12 voted ones are going to be on the album. So it's like a fan-created album.
That's creative. I've never heard of that. Yeah, that'd
I don't
be
think it's
super
been
cool.
done before, but I'm going to try it out.
DJ making big moves.
That is a crazy idea. I really like that idea, because, like, when you look at it, you get the album, it's like, I had a vote in what went on this album. That's a really dope idea, bro. Hey.
And at the end of the day, like, I make the music for me, but the fans are the ones consuming it. So like, they should be in charge of what the album looks like.
What's up, the real young swag? Glad you were able to make it.
That's the homie.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, dude, you should definitely do that. I think that'd be a really cool way to, in my opinion, show like love to your fans, and allow them to express themselves to you,
Absolutely. I just got to figure out, I'll probably have my girl do it, because she's way better with that stuff. I got to figure out how to create that web page where they can vote,
Right.
But that should be easy.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard, as long as you got some. I mean, there's so many websites out there nowadays that it's basically just, click, copy, paste, and you're done. So they pretty much do like all the coding and everything for you. So I don't imagine that it would be too terribly hard.
Yeah. But to double back on what you asked me, I kind of went off on a tangent. Um, yeah, a lot of new music. I think right now I have like 6 unreleased songs. Man, I was gonna I have some exclusive info, but I don't think I'm gonna drop it right now.
Oh,
But with that being said, I just did Beast Unleashed 5, and it is by far, by a long shot, the best Beast Unleashed. It I thought 4 was like really like well executed,
Hmm.
lyrically, beat wise, video wise. This one I think completely overshadows it.
oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I went
crazy.
into this one with the intention of making it much better than 4. Like I was like, it's just got to be way better.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, we made that happen.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I,
I'm excited for that, dude. Hell
I
yeah.
I'm excited for that one. I'll definitely have to clear some spot in the reaction list to throw that on there when it drops out. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Throw
there's
it in
some shit being said on
priorities.
that one too. So
Ooh.
there's a lot to react to.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on. You can't put me in that kind of a spot. I'm not a
Oh
barbered-down
no no no!
channel or nothing like that.
No, I'm not dissing anybody in it.
All right.
I just say some things that are a little political.
That's fine.
We're all
Yeah,
allowed to have our opinions.
yeah, yeah.
If people don't like it, stop being a fucking snowflake. Sorry about it.
Right? Okay.
You gonna ask a question, KT, or are you gonna make me ask
Yes.
all the questions?
I wasn't making you. You just went on and asked the next question. I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, I'll ask the next one. Let's see. Well, that one was just asked. Okay. What do you believe to be the key of like success? That is something that I was curious about. Because it kind of correlates with the idea that I wanted to interview about was your mindset. So that's my question.
I think the two of the most important aspects of success, no matter what field it's in,
Hmm.
is belief and consistency. I think those two things are trump 99% of other things. Because if you don't believe, truly, truly believe that you can make it a reality, whatever it may be, starting a new business, becoming a famous rapper, a big reaction channel, you're not going to take the appropriate steps that would lead you to that outcome because you don't really believe it. Only if you truly, truly believe it, you're going to take those steps. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you're wasting your time. And then consistency is super key because it's a brick a day, man. Everyone wants to be successful yesterday,
Hmm.
but nothing that's substantial works like that. Getting in shape doesn't work like that. Getting financially stable doesn't work like that. Becoming successful in general, building a healthy relationship doesn't work like that. It's all a brick a day. Everyone, thinks it's like, I think everyone's biggest problem is as humans, we'll do nothing for a long time or live like subpar when compared to our potential. And then we get motivated from a YouTube video and then we go balls to the wall for fucking a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then we fizzle out because we burnt out. The key is not to jump 5 steps every day. It's one step, one brick a
Hmm.
day, because if you can maintain it, that's the key because 99% of people are trying to do shit they can't maintain. So if you could just stay consistent, even if it's this much progress a day, you're ahead of the majority because no one knows how to stay consistent.
Facts.
That's a valid answer. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Well, we
Absolutely.
already know that you believed in yourself because you threw a launch party before the song even dropped for the
That's a
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
fact.
And you weren't wrong, bro. Like that song
That's
was
belief. Think about how real that belief is, though. That's not, I think I might have some. That's
I
utter
know.
belief.
right.
Yeah.
That was an I know right there.
Yeah,
So
that's not like, oh well, this might do it. No, this is what's going to change our lives. And like you put out so many songs, and like it's hard to kind of like pinpoint your style almost because there's songs that are so different. Like I have a quote downstairs hanging up on my wall because when I reacted to Doubt, like in there you say your fears kill more of your dreams than failure ever did. So I typed that up and I printed it out. I put it on my wall because to me, that was motivation. That was you speaking to me, because it's like, if you don't do it, like, yeah, you can be scared, but if you don't do it, you're not going to get anywhere. Like, don't let the fear kill your dreams. If you fail,
Yeah, man.
you're going to find another way around.
Yeah. Everything you want is on the other side of what you're afraid of. Straight up.
And
There's an interesting concept that I believe in. That's how I'll word it. And this is what it is, right? So there's yin and yang in life, right? There's the positive and negative. There's the good in the situation, the bad in that exact same situation, just depending on how you look at it. What I found is when you ask whatever you believe in, God, the universe, when you ask the universe for something, it is usually going to give you the bad end of it first. So with the yin and yang in every situation, the good and bad of it, it's going to give you the bad end of it first. If you're like, how could I put it? I want to word this properly so I don't fuck it up. But basically, it gives you the bad end of that situation first to test you, to see if you could handle it, because it's not going to give you the good if you can't handle the bad side of it as well, because it's all a catch-22. So it like tests you. It's like, oh, you want to be a famous rapper, right? Cool. I asked to be a famous rapper. Now I get 5 negative comments on my video the next day. Still not a famous rapper, but 5 negative comments, and it breaks me the fuck down. I spiral into a depression. The universe is like, okay, he's not ready to be a famous rapper. We gave him the bad of that good situation, and he couldn't handle it. So until he evolves to that point, then we can bless him with the good.
you have a very interesting mindset, sir. I like the way you think.
Yeah, there's been some wise things that he's told me before.
It's
I was
true,
like,
though.
I have to know everything.
Like, I never looked at it that way before. Like, yeah, they say that, everything has a counterbalance. Like, there's the good, there's the bad, this, that. But I've never looked at it as, okay, I've had 2 reaction channels that, got hacked away from me. The last one had almost 6,000 followers. And I wanted to give up. Like, it broke me because I put so much time, so much energy. And it's like, no, I have a community. I have, like, the people that were there, they truly cared about the community that we were building. Like, I've got to keep going. I've got to restart. And that's what I did. And now the good things are, starting to roll in. And it's just, like, I never looked at it that way. So I got to say thank you for, like, opening my eyes even further at, a way to look at life, because it's so easy to fall down that, the Mad Hatter is so, excuse the pun, but it's so easy to fall down that rabbit hole of, everything's bad, or I just can't do this, and fall into that depression.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds corny and it's very cliche, but there is literally a good side of every negative situation. And if you can train your mind to look for that in every negative situation, your life's going to be incredible.
Definitely gonna have to start trying to think more like that. We have a question in the comments from Wonderland. Vinjay, what are the struggles you encountered starting being a rapper / artist?
It's a good question. A bunch, man. My life shifted very quickly. I kind of got, thrown into the shark pool and was like, swim, figure it out, because I knew nothing about, being famous or anything like that. So it happened, and then I had to figure it out, business side and everything. In the beginning, I'd say one of my biggest struggles was thinking that my music needed to sound a certain way. I was making music that was 100% catering to what I thought everyone wanted to hear, but that's a waste of creativity, man. If you're blessed enough to be creative, to do it dictated by others is really dumb. So that was one of my first struggles. I was like, oh, everyone wants to hear this and da 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 da. So I would never experiment with my style. And then when I made Prophecy, when I finished making Prophecy, I felt like I hit a ceiling with that style. There was only so much I could do with certain flow patterns and
Mm-hmm.
16 bars and then a hook and 16 bars and a hook, and shit started to sound a little redundant, even if the beat was very different and whatever. After that, I started experimenting with my potential sounds, and I made some songs that I look back on and I'm not like stoked about, but they didn't perform well, but they're so necessary for me to become the artist I am today. Because
Mhm.
without doing that trial and tribulation, I would have never found this new sound that I'm very comfortable with, and it's a blend of like who I was on Prophecy mixed with everything I discovered about myself over the course of those few months. And I'm just a more well-rounded artist now because of it. That was a big struggle in the beginning. Yeah, that was probably the biggest struggle in the beginning. And I'd say my biggest struggle now, it's not really a struggle, but I'm really hard on myself. I can make the best song of my career, and then if I can't make another good song in like 2 days, I'm so pissed. I'm like, I can't even make a fucking song. What's happening? Like, I've been in the studio for 2 days. What's going on? So now I have trouble celebrating the small wins because I do a lot of shit that boosts my career on a pretty regular basis, and I love that. But I'm very like eye on the
Eye on
the
the
goal,
prize.
right? Yeah. So cool. I made something great. Next, you know what I mean?
Right.
But and that's great for my success to an extent because it allows me to keep producing things and never really stop and smell the roses. But you do that for too long and then you're burnt out
Yep.
because it's you're constantly, it's all output and no input. You're never refilling your glass. So with like gratitude that you just made that or whatever. So now it's kind of being like I'm learning to find the balance between being relentlessly driven and recognizing that I'm always operating out of the present moment. So if I'm always operating thinking about that, I'm going to fuck up how I feel right now and the product isn't going to be the same. So now it's finding the balance between being driven but also listening to my mind and my body when I'm feeling drained or creatively tapped, and then filling my cup with some shit that makes me happy,
Right.
I
Because it
didn't.
boils back down to that consistency thing. I could be that driven, but how long can I be that driven?
Right.
Right.
It
Yeah.
seems like if
Everyone
you're,
has their limit.
it seems like with that eye on the prize mentality, like you going back to what you said, like the one brick a day. As long as you're doing that one brick a day, you're making progress. And like if you have the eye on the prize, it's like, okay, well, I can get there if I lay down 3 or 4 more bricks, and like
Mm-hmm.
that's just setting yourself up to stumble. And like if you stumble, that's just going to be more disheartening. It's like, oh geez, I was doing so good, and what happened? Like,
And it's recipe for disaster, man, because whatever goal you think you have, the second you hit it, you're gonna make a new one,
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what it is. And if you're not celebrating hitting these goals and you just keep moving the goalpost, that fucks up your happiness because you never feel like you achieved anything.
right,
And numbers are infinite in your bank account. The amount of subscribers you can get is pretty infinite. Whatever it is, the amount of houses you can get, the amount of cars you can get, it's all infinite. So if you're basing your happiness off of reaching that goal and then you get there and you fucking set a new one because you're a driven individual, when does the satisfaction come?
never.
Exactly. And then that's when you start to feel like shit. So I think that's super key. Be driven, but also celebrate small wins. What did I just celebrate? Yeah, my girl helps me stay level with this kind of stuff. When I hit my first million stream week, I got 1 million streams in 7 days on Spotify,
Damn.
and I was super stoked about it for all of about 2 minutes, and then I'm like, I'm going back in the studio. But my girl was like, this is a big win. She was like, we should go out. So we went to like a high end steakhouse that we never go to otherwise, and you know spent the fruits of our labor.
Hey, sometimes it's good to also like just sit back and have someone that can kind of pull you back into reality. Be like, no, like take a minute, like you said before, stop and smell the roses. Enjoy this victory. Enjoy this success because you said it was your first ever million week stream or
Mm,
million stream week. Like you're never gonna get that again. You've already reached that goal.
exactly.
You're never gonna get it again. So stop and take the time, and that's just gonna boost your confidence. It's gonna boost your morale and your happiness because, like you said, you're not instantly jumping to the next goalpost.
Yeah,
Like I'm happy
it's
for
wild.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your success. And like me personally, I'm so glad that I came across your music because there's been a lot of your music that if I'm having a really shitty day, I'll put on one of your songs and it's yeah, you're having a rough time right now, but you can get through it. If I got through it, you can get through it.
Hmm.
So I listen to you a lot when like I get in those negative mind states and like I said, like I've got that quote from Doubt downstairs in my other studio, and it's just I look at that every day. It's like you're right, man. So
Fuck yeah, man. Emotions. This is something, and I heard it on Instagram recently, but it's more so just related to how I've been thinking. Emotions, whether positive, like blissfully positive, or depressingly negative, are all temporary. They're all gonna pass. Emotions literally is energy in motion. It's not there to stay. But if
hmm,
you need to not mentally cling to either, to
right,
the bliss or to the negative. Just kind of like be present, be in the moment, feel what you feel and enjoy it, but know that it's all temporary. And I think that's why celebrating the small wins is also so important because it's all about the journey, bro. Life is the journey. When am I gonna celebrate when I'm 40? Like, okay, now you know what I'm gonna want when I'm 40 and worth $100 million? I'm gonna want to be 20 again. So it's enjoy the present moment and just recognize the blessings in in every moment you have. And that's what's gonna make you have an enjoyable life, straight up. Doesn't have to be um not fun just because you're being driven. Like it's all balance. I think finding balance is
Hmm.
like one of the hardest things to do in life. You could be overly driven and not take time for important stuff like family and all that. Or you could just be a bum and fucking waste all your life. But I think finding that middle ground is super important.
I agree 100%.
Absolutely.
It's really hard to no matter what you're doing. Really, it's really hard to get that balance. Like I work a job. I do the YouTube channel. I've got a family. Like working 40 hours a week, then coming home doing 50, 60, 70 hours a week, some weeks on YouTube, and then trying to, throw the family time in there and do stuff with the family, make sure the house is picked up. Like, it's a struggle. It's a juggling act, and I can't juggle. So, like, I just end up looking like a fool sometimes, and, like, either one or the other gets neglected. So, I completely agree with you that, life in general is a balancing act. And once you
Hmm.
get it figured out, then you'll be okay. I just haven't gotten to the point where I've got it figured out yet.
Mhm.
Right.
I think if you like figure out the few things that you genuinely care about, right? So like just to touch on what you said, if it's family, your YouTube channel and your job, right? It's not so much about like, oh, how much time am I doing X, Y, and Z? I think if you could just touch on all of them once a day, you're winning, you know? At the end of the day, humans are like such creatures of habit. We basically just live the same day over and over again, and it kind of just evolves a
Hmm.
little differently from day to day. But if you can write down like your day from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed and kind of like figure out what you want to touch on throughout that day and just do that repeatedly, those are the seeds that are being watered, and that's what's going to end up thriving in your life.
Very wise words.
I
You
was,
got my brain like mutating, bro.
I, same here. I wasn't expecting this from an interview, like to stop and look at my life and be like, "What the hell are you doing?
Bro,
You're
you know
doing
what's so
shit
funny?
wrong."
My sister was just talking to me about this yesterday. I was on FaceTime with her, and she was telling my girlfriend Cassidy how she wants to call her sometime for like advice of XYZ. And she was like, Vin, I would call you, but before I call you, I have to like prepare myself because you're gonna give me the deepest fucking answer ever. And she's
Yeah.
like, and she goes, and I know it's right, but I literally have to prepare myself to absorb that.
Yeah.
And I died.
I was trying to prepare myself for the stream with all the information I would be receiving. So, because I knew there was going to be a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go to the next question.
I have a tough time being surface level unless I'm drinking. Then I could be pretty surface level pretty easily.
Yeah. I've seen your lives.
Exactly. Then I'm
Yeah.
just talking about bullshit.
Yeah, dude. It's cool though. It's chill.
Yeah. Now give me one sec, guys. I'm listening though. I got the headphones on.
All right. We'll wait. Let's read some chat real quick.
Run it up.
Vinjay is great hype music. Crank the volume and go 100%. Facts. Agreed. His music makes me want to fight somebody. So
Miles says Vin's song Paradise is his most underrated song.
It is a highly underrated song. It is a great song.
I think that's my favorite song I've ever made, to keep it a buck.
That was one of the questions we had in here.
Yes, it was.
So
another one that
it's
really
Paradise
got to
for
me,
sure.
one that really got like to me, and it was like one of those songs that punches you in the gut, was Overdose.
Mhm.
Like,
So that's a really interesting point. So I made Mumble Rapper, and it went viral, and I had nothing in the vault, nothing to drop after it.
Oh shit.
So I went from, like I said, having nothing to then going utterly viral and having 0 songs to release after that. So Epidemics hit me up on Instagram. I hadn't met him before that. I listened to his beats. I was like, bro, this guy's literally like Dr. Dre. Like, he's so filthy. And it was right up my alley. So he sent me Overdose, and I wrote to that and blah, blah, blah. Shot the video, released it. It went crazy. Cool. But if you listen to any of my songs before Mumble Rapper, maybe Beast Unleashed 1 is good, but like lyrically, any of my songs before Mumble Rapper, none of them stack up to Overdose. The only reason Overdose was that hard is because I had this fucking fire lit under me from just going viral, like everything I ever wanted coming true. And it just lit this fucking passion in me so like insanely that I made the best song of my career besides, Mumble Rapper at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just strictly because of the energy that I was filled with from shit going like wild.
Yeah, I remember watching that music video, and it usually takes quite a bit to get to me when it comes to music and shit. Like, it takes a really talented artist to like give me that goosebumps or the shivers down my spine or whatever. And just that song, between the lyrics and the visuals, I was just like, don't cry, don't do it. And it's just, I give you a bunch of credit because, like I said, you can. Well, I didn't know that song dropped right after Mumble Rapper, but you sit there and you go, Mumble Rapper versus lyricist compared to Overdose. Like, that's two different completely styles, two different messages, and like they just hit so different. But like the one thing that remains the same with your music is the passion and the energy that you bring.
I think that's key, man. I think I'm about to get deep again. But with music, bro, it's so powerful. Like, sure, you can impress people and this, that, and the third with like your lyrics, but I think the real like talent, the real not talent, the real capability of artists that we have is not to make good songs, this, that, and the third. It's literally the ability to make other people feel. Like, change the way that someone is feeling inside with sounds. I think that's a fucking superpower, man. That's some really crazy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy that, beats can do that by themselves too. Like,
yeah, that's what the beats is what pulls the emotion out of you to put those lyrics down.
Yeah. So it's always cool to have somebody like relate to your song, like that. And it's always a shocking thing whenever it happens, in my case at least, because I'm a lot smaller. So, but yeah, no, I agree, man. It's always, I'm stumbling.
You're
It's
fine.
hard.
You're making
It's
sense
difficult.
though.
Yeah.
So got a couple questions in the chat. Jimmy Juggalo wants to know when are you going to drop a video for Beast Unleashed 3?
I've been asked that since I dropped Beast Unleashed 3. Never. Beast
Oof.
Unleashed 3 is by far my least favorite out of all the Beast Unleashed.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'd have to say my favorite is the second one. I think
I like Beast Unleashed too.
it was the beat for me. Like the beat, just like I don't know what it was about it. It was just so intense, and I loved it.
I almost didn't drop Beast Unleashed 2.
I'm very glad you did, because I loved that shit.
Epidemic sent me the beat, and I recorded it. And before I sent him the stems, I was like, bro, I don't know, I'm not feeling this one. And this was before I knew how to mix my own vocals and stuff, so everything sounded super flat and raw. And I was like, I don't know, bro. I think I'm just gonna scrap this one. He's like, hold on. He's like, before you scrap it, he's like, send it my way. Let me do my thing, and then you let me know what you think. And he mixed it up and made it sound pretty. And I was like, okay, we can rock with this.
Yeah, it's a banger. most of the tracks are so.
Appreciate that.
And
yeah,
then
anytime, dude.
It's Spectrum asks, who's your favorite collab partner?
That was another one of our questions.
Yes, it was.
Cryptic Wisdom.
I
Cryptic
had
Wisdom.
assumed so. My brain told me Cryptic.
He's a very good friend of mine, but also like I send our styles mesh very well together, and and I send him anything, and I know it's gonna sound great when he sends it back. Point blank. Period.
His voice is one of the most insane voices I've ever heard on a beat.
Real.
It's crazy, and like especially with the hooks, it's like holy fucking shit. I think it was what was that song? I told you it was my favorite one in that one Discord call. I fucking listened to way too much music. I think it was like Life We Chose. No, that's
with
Futuristic.
Zach. Yeah, it's Futuristic.
It was on your Prophecy album, and it had Futuristic in it.
Going Off.
Yeah, that song, dude. I think that's like what made me love Cryptic Wisdom was that song because of that hook.
His voice is killer, bro. It's very unique. You should listen if you want to hear the potential of his voice. I mean, I have one coming out with him where he went fucking crazy on, but look up Liar Acoustic by him, bro. Blow your fucking mind.
Liar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll have to write that.
I'll have to put that.
Yeah, make sure it's the acoustic version or unplugged, something, you know. It's a one take, and it's hard, bro. It's insane.
I can't spell. There we go. Awesome. Hell yeah, I'll check that out.
Okay, so Jimmy says for Beast Unleashed, his favorites are 1, 2, 4, and 3 in order. Miles says his in order are 1, 4, 2, and 3. Apparently, we all need to, sit down and buckle up because when 5 comes out, he's just going to blow all of our minds out of the water more than he's already done.
It's literally better than all of them.
I do have to say this about Beast Unleashed 4. It was like the rhyme schemes that you went with that one were like absolutely insane compared to a lot of the other music I've heard from you. Like there were so many inner rhymes and crazy ass flows that you were going with in that fucking song, and I was like, I've never heard Vinjay go this fucking crazy like this, at least flow wise and rhyme scheme wise, ever. And I was like, holy shit. And it kind of brightened my horizon to work at that for myself as well. Like your shit's fucking motivational.
Thank you. Yeah, that was my intention when I made Beast Unleashed 4. That one was all about like pushing my pen. Like what schemes can I hit that I've never hit before, and da. Like cuz there's only everyone's like, not everyone. A lot of people just want to know like, how fast can you go? But it's like that gets very tiresome very quickly because to go the fastest you can go, the flow needs to be but and how many people have you heard do that? So it gets to a point where it's not impressive anymore. So what is impressive is making unique schemes that not everyone has done or can do or fill in the blank. So yeah, that one was more so for like pushing the intricacy of my pen. The fifth one is like it's that for sure, but it also has like substance, like content, so to speak. Like Beast Unleashed 4 is really only me pushing my pen. There's no real message behind it, you know?
Right.
5 is a nice combo between me pushing my pen harder than 4 and like listen up because I'm speaking some truth as well.
Awesome. Dude, every time you talk about number 5, I get more and more excited.
KT, I could probably show you before it drops. Hatter, I can't show you because you got to drop the reaction to it.
Hey.
Oh, shit. I'm down for that.
You know I got you on a reaction, bro. What's good, Hillbilly? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? But like,
oh man,
we did have a question in here. Boston Bad Boy wants to know: do you usually have the beat first, or do you like write the lyrics first? Which is the easier way for you to make a song?
The way I write varies from song to song, but most of the time, it's I get a filthy beat sent to me, and it just pulls the whole song out of me.
Okay.
Other times, though, yeah. So here's a good example of when that isn't the case. Beast Unleashed 4, actually. So if I know the intention of the song is to just push my pen as hard as I can, once I decided I was about to start writing Beast Unleashed 4, my mindset shifts, and all I'm thinking about all the time is words and flow patterns. And like I'll be watching TV with my girl, or like driving in the car, thinking and just driving. Then it's like, and I'm like, hold on. and then I'm like to my girl, I'm like, give me my phone. And then I'm like, click record. And then I just literally go into my phone and go, back and then deep and that. And then cool. And I'll have dozens of those. And then I get the beat, and if it fits the tempo, it just gets slapped right on there. So Beast Unleashed 4 was written over the course of like a week to 2 weeks of like writing, just of little snippets. It was like a puzzle piece of rhyme schemes. That's all it was. But Beast Unleashed 5 was like, I just sat down right here and put on the beat, and it just took that shit from start to finish.
That's crazy. Yeah, I find that funny because I kind of do the same thing. I don't record myself most of the time. Like I think I've done that like maybe 3 times or something. But a lot of the time when I'm listening to the beat, instant just like flows, rhyme schemes that I want to do in those areas, but somehow I keep that memorized like over the course of a week or 2 or something like that while I'm writing the song. I don't know how I do it, but it's pretty cool, you know, to be able to do that. So props.
Yeah, it's one of the best ways that I've found to write music. One of this, I'm about to give you guys a gem. At least you, KT. Hatter, do you make music at all?
No, not really. I've dabbled a little bit here and there, but I'm not smart enough to get the intricate schemes and all that shit in there. So
that's fair. One of the best methods ever to make music and to make people feel with your music is to do scats, which is basically you pull up the Logic session, let's say, you have the beat on it, and you just like hum or like do the melody without words. So like my song Olay on Human Experience, the way it was written, and I've done plenty of other songs like this as well, is I recorded a whole song with no words, all melody, and then I wrote words to the melody. So the whole session was like, nothing on about it, like Olay, don't it on alone, don't the wrong way. And then I just wrote words to it. But the whole song was like, oh no, don't zone to minimize, oh no, oh no to minimize. And I just wrote.
Yeah.
So that's super key because the melodies is what the beat pulled out of you. And you're not thinking hard about what should the word be. No, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. It just, you let it flow out, all of it. The super easy, like non-restrictive stuff. And then when you want to get technical about it, you can. But now they're separated from like the soul that you're pouring onto the track and then the technicalities. When they intertwine, you kind of block the flow of creativity.
Right.
So I think laying that down first is...
And
I just did it with a rap record too, which was my first time doing it with a rap record. I scattered the verses of just schemes, and it was like, I'm not about to scat a bunch of verses, but there was no melody to it at all. It was just like da 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 on a a da 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 play, and I just wrote the whole rap verses. I had a whole song, 3 hooks, 2 verses, no words, and then I click play and I wrote the whole shit.
Damn.
I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah. So what you do is
that's fucking
here.
cool.
What you do is you hear like 2 seconds of the beat, 5 seconds of the beat. If you're like, yo, I'm feeling this one and I know I'm feeling it, stop listening to it right there. Don't keep playing it. Drag that bitch into your Logic session, click record, and go start to finish scat in the whole thing. Do it like 3 times. You'll find a bunch of nice melodies, piece them together, and they're like, wow, this sounds great as a song. Then write to it.
Wow. Dude.
I know, right?
Constant. Every question ends up with my head just exploding again.
Miles,
it's all about consistency, and my head is consistently blowing up.
Same here. Like I have a whole fucking new outlook on life thanks to Vin J, and it's just like,
let's go.
Listen,
I hope it just doesn't apply. Like, I hope I'm not the only one that's taking this like, personally. Like I hope other people in the chat or just whoever just clicks on the video after this is uploaded and listens to this, understands and then starts to use that information, because you are fucking intelligent as fuck. So
thank you, man.
Like,
yeah,
you could run a very successful like motivational channel, and just all you got to do is sit there and like talk, and like it's stuff that you already believe, and like so you're gonna have that passion, and like you already sat there and made me look at things differently. KT is looking at things differently. And it's crazy, bro. Like, you have such an interesting mindset that it.
Thank you. I try to, you were saying, I can make a motivational channel and all that. And I could, but I choose to express my ideologies through music.
Right.
That's why there is songs like Doubt, and why, and even just other songs that aren't about that, they'll have little, sprinkles of that in it.
Right.
That's insane, man.
So, Cam wants to know, how can one send a filthy beat?
Cam's got some good beats. I'm not gonna lie.
You can send filthy beats to vinjbooking@gmail.com.
There you go.
Facts. There you go, Cam.
Let me pull up my chat really quick. I'll Vin J Booking.
I wish I could preview some music on here, like unreleased shit, and it still be good quality, like that they would hear full quality.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I just figured out how to do this shit. There's no way I'm figuring that out.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's also like, so Discord and like stream other things, when you're like sharing your screen, it likes to muffle what is coming through to everybody else, and it's really annoying. So
yeah, that's probably for the best though. This is going to be posted on YouTube, right?
Yes.
So it's probably best that, since it's going to be solidified on the platform, that I don't leak some new shit.
Yeah, probably. Keep that to your Instagram lives.
Exactly.
Miles H asks, any new tattoo ideas?
Ooh. Spicy.
That grin.
Ideas like of what it would be? No, not really. I just always want more tattoos, and I'm torn between tattooing my stomach right now because my whole chest is done, and finishing my sleeves to tie into my chest piece.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I'm pretty financially responsible, so I try not to blow thousands of dollars on tattoos anymore.
That's understandable.
Fair enough. Hillbilly asks,
I did get my knuckles done recently, though.
Oh yeah,
that had to be painful.
Yeah, I think
what do you have on there?
It says Manifest Paradise.
Ooh.
Bro, both of those are songs on your album.
And they're listed like that intentionally as well.
Yeah.
Basically just means like make your life beautiful.
God damn. The hidden messages, man.
Right? It's like we're just getting slapped with like double entendres that we didn't even know existed.
Yeah, that's the first time I think I've ever said that publicly. That's like why that's like that on the album.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Boom, there's your exclusive.
There you go. You heard it here first. So Hillbilly asks, "What is one track of yours people slept on that you thought would have done better?"
Paradise. But besides that, let me think, because I know I got a few.
Paradise is a beautiful song, man.
Yeah, I made
think,
that when I was in a really, really good place.
Yeah, I think like it's weird because you have your fans and then you have the following that occasionally will peep your songs. I feel like in the fan section, if you have those diehard ones and they listen to a song like that, it's instantly up there and they're like top songs from that artist, because
Yeah.
like they're just that dedicated and they understand where you're coming from, and
Yeah, and
it's
it
super
boils
cool.
back down to the catering to the fans thing again that I struggled with in the beginning. Like, some people only want to hear me rap fast, and I'm completely okay with that. If that's what you listen to me for, then run it up. You're always gonna get songs like that. But if you're a fan of me as a person and my mindset and how I can inspire you, then you're gonna like all the shit I have to say on in other fashions,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you and Crypt inspire me every day. Like, you guys
Respect.
were literally what got me started with what I do, and I've used your tip that you gave me with the video you sent me when you wake up in the morning and you listen
Oh,
to.
hell yeah, man.
Yeah. I listen to that whenever I'm at my house, when I wake up. And it always puts me in that mindset of like, I'm a fucking boss,
Yes,
and
sir.
it's super cool to have that kind of mindset,
And that's what helps with the belief, bro. If you
Yeah.
believe that about yourself, you're gonna operate accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Odd Tom says, "Just watched the Beast 4 video. Curiosity has me asking, was that filmed in Casa Mesa, Arizona?"
Yeah, it was the Domes of Casa Grande in it might be Mesa, but it's Arizona.
Is that where you're still based at? I know you moved recently.
Yeah, I'm still in AZ. I just moved like 45 minutes west.
Oh, okay. Cool. Nice.
Jimmy says, "The Human Experience is a fire album. If you haven't gotten it, then you need to. And if you're poor like me, go listen to it on YouTube."
That's a
Dude.
fact.
Yeah.
Or other streaming platforms.
There you go.
Facts. Add it to your playlist, guys. The whole album. I have the whole album on my playlist. Do the same. This shit is insane. It's motivational, and it's just great.
Purple Cinnamon says,
I feel like the Human Experience was a much more cohesive album than Prophecy. Prophecy felt like a collection of a bunch of good songs. Like I definitely love all the songs on Prophecy, but the Human Experience feels more like a cohesive journey throughout.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. No, Prophecy for me, it felt like fuck a 9 to 5. I'd rather make my own 9 to 5 was what that album was basically telling me. Whereas the Human Experience, you had songs like Fragile, Paradise, Manifest, and How Come, where you're actually like getting into other topics, and that are involved with, a human's experience. And it was just a masterpiece all around. And I'm very, I'm excited to see whenever, you got more like stuff coming eventually, if you ever do another album or any of that, because I want to see how more consistent you can get with it, or cohesive. I mean, it was just a mind blowing album. I'm pretty sure you joined during my live stream for it for a little bit. Yeah. It was. I had a lot to say about it. It was a really good album. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and everything that you talked about in it. Like, there's just a lot.
I pulled I'm sure you noticed I consolidated older songs to put on that album, like Doubt and
Doubt, yeah.
Was there any other ones? Beast Mode?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think there was Beast Mode. And then
But yeah, I grabbed those just
Paradise.
because they made so much sense to be on that album. You
Yeah.
know, like because I was like, this is very like applicable to what people go through in life. So it just made sense.
Yeah, no, it was
Fair enough.
it was a great. It was like telling a story, kind of, but it's like hard to explain with how I viewed it. It was just, it wasn't all over the place at all. Like that's not what I mean by it. It was just like
I think
there's
the
just so
idea
many
behind
things.
it, the motion that I intended to have behind it in terms of emotion was, what does it start? It starts with congratulations. It's just kind of like the opener of like where I'm at right now. Man, I don't even know my own track list on that shit. I got albums over there, but, and then, man, you know, I'm not even about to do this. I don't know the order of the fucking songs, but long story short, it goes from like bossed up, to like paranoid almost with I think they're coming for me, and then it's like hold on, I'm gonna go get the album so this can be an actual conversation. Give me one
I
second.
got you. I got you. Hold up. Okay. Congratulations. I got the album right here, bro. Oh, okay. I got you right here.
Let's go.
Okay, so you got Congratulations, track 1, and then you got Mad, Fragile, Coming for Me.
All right,
Doubt.
so let's start with that. So congratulations is like where I'm at, and it's like some bossed up shit. And then Mad comes in, and it's just even more braggadocious. It's like, bet it makes y'all mad, huh? Right? About like the established where I'm at. And then what's the third track? Is it Fragile?
Yeah. Track
So
3,
then,
Fragile.
you know, gave my life for the things I have. It's just still bossed up. But then it's like, but I used to be fragile. So like, I am here right now, but I used to be fragile. And then it's coming for me.
Yeah.
So then it's like I used to be fragile. Now like the paranoia sets in. It's like I think they're coming for me, blah blah blah. And then it's because I think they're coming for me. Guess I got to go in beast mode is next. And then what's after beast mode?
After Beast Mode is Doubt.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's self-explanatory. That's just like preaching at everybody. And what do we got? What are the next three?
You got How Come next, you got Manifest, and then Paradise.
Boom. Okay, so this is where the album starts to turn a little bit. So, How Come is like the lowest low of the album. It's like really guilt driven and like self, like being hard on yourself, right? So that's the rock bottom of the album. But then after that is Manifest, because it's like, matter of fact, you know what? I am the one in control of my reality, so I need to take life by the reins and do what I do. And then where does that lead you? To Paradise.
Yeah, that's
And
kind of
then
cool.
and then after that, though, this is where like it became a little more personal to me. It goes into the call from Binks telling me to come party, and then the next song is Right Now, which is just like a big party banger track, right? And that's literally like a cycle that I've struggled with in my life of like I get to a really good place, but like if people hit me up to go out and fucking party and shit, then like I run it up, we'll do it. But sometimes it's at the expense of my own, you know, health and all that. But anyway, then after that, it's kind of just the album just goes from there. But yeah, man, I wanted a little bit of a story behind the album.
That's kind of what I was trying to like say. It was, you know, I'm just bad with words. but yeah, that's super dope. Fun fact, the Entei bar that you made in Right Now is probably, I don't know what it was, but when I was reacting to that live, bro, I flipped my fucking shit because I had never heard anybody else say that before. And I was like, oh my God. I stood up from my chair. I pulled a No Life Shack. You know, I was flipping my shit because that bar was like so fucking crazy.
I'm a big Pokemon fan, bro. I'm a huge Pokemon fan.
Yeah. Fucking love Pokemon. That shit's
Speaking
fire.
of tattoos, I want a Pokemon tattoo so bad. I just don't know which one.
That's fair. Hell
There's
yeah.
definitely a lot to choose from. That's for damn sure.
That's a fact.
What is up, Voltage? Had a couple more questions in the comments, so let me. Voltage asks, "What is your favorite track from the High Frequency collab album with Chandler?"
Yeah. My favorite on that entire album, probably Psycho.
It's
Okay.
a pretty good one.
That
Big
and
was on there, right?
Yeah, big. I
Yeah.
was meh about. I liked the beat and blah blah. I thought it had potential. I'm also my harshest critic, but yeah, big was
Mhm.
good. I think the biggest like hits, so to speak, like best sonic sounding records for me were Psycho and Mind Control.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, I enjoyed the full thing.
That was that experimental period I was talking about, where
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I went from prophecy to like I gotta figure something out. I gotta make something shake because I hit a ceiling, and that
Mhm.
was me figuring everything out. And then everything after that is like prophecy plus what I learned from that
Yeah.
experience.
I could
And
tell you were trying new things in that. I can't exactly remember the track list on it because, like I said, I listen to way too much music. Um, but I remember thinking to myself, I was like, damn, he's going with some like different things on this, like different styles of like he's doing some singing stuff. He's going more melodic with some things and he's doing his fast paced stuff while he's doing some other melodic things in that same track. Like I thought it was pretty cool. But then, you had this album come out and I was like
eh, to go back to what you asked me earlier, or one of the comments asked, like, what's my biggest struggles as an artist? One that I didn't mention was in the beginning, double-edged sword, bro. I blew up from mumble rapper versus lyricist, so I was like terrified to make anything that had a hint of auto-tune in it because I was like, people are gonna get so pissed and this that, and the
right, right.
third. So that like hindered what I was allowing myself to do for a long time. Like
Mhm.
a homie would send me back a mix, and I'd be like, cut down the auto tune a little bit, and he's like, it just sounds better like this though. Like the vibe makes more sense, and I was like, no, cut it back. Like I can't have any auto tune. But now I'm like, fuck everybody. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
I feel like these days, like, because there's lyrical artists out there that use autotune, you
Yeah,
know? So it's like these days, mumble rap, I feel, is just classified as a, like, you can't understand what they're saying,
Yeah.
basically, where it's like Playboy Cardi or something like that, you know? And then you could still have that auto tune. I've always kind of felt that way about auto tune though, where like you can use it. I don't personally use it too much. Like I'll use it if I need like a pitch correction kind of styled thing going on, but uh but that's just how I view it, you know.
for sure. There's definitely nothing wrong with it. I almost don't
Mhm.
relate to who I was when I made that record because it's like you can't tell people what is good music and what's not good music. Like
Right.
Facts.
It's all
some
perspective.
people, yeah, some people love heavy metal and other people think it sounds like trash. Some people love country, other people hate it. Doesn't mean it's good or bad. So
Right.
Mhm.
to that extent, I can't relate to who I was when I made that track because I'm not in charge of what the fuck good music is and what good music isn't. If you like it, listen to it.
Right. I think the
Right.
key is to really just appreciate every style of music there is for what it is, even if you don't like it, because I'm not a country person at all. If I listen to country, it's like Johnny Cash, and he's kind of country, you know, but like I still appreciate the music because it's something to be heard by others,
Yeah,
and they're putting themselves out there and risking a lot of things doing that, you know. Negative comments get to people, or sometimes your mentality just isn't there. Um, and it's just like a really cool thing to appreciate uh, all that's around you like that, you know?
yeah, for sure. There's no
Hmm.
right or wrong with music. That's what I've learned.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like I said, it's all on how it's perceived. Like, you could put out a track and KT's gonna take a certain message from it. I might take a completely different message from it, but like it doesn't take away from the song. Yeah, the words are the exact same in the song, but music is all about perception, and that's one of the greatest thing. Not just music, any kind of art. Like I see the handprints and the paint splatter on the wall behind you. Like that's that's a form of art. Some people might look at that and be like, oh well, that looks like a mess, but obviously it has meaning. You got handprints and like there's a deeper meaning to it than just a little bit of paint splatter.
That's
Sure.
actually something that I found with the song Fragile. For me, I saw it in two different perspectives when I first heard it. I heard it in a way that could be talking, you're talking about the fans and you're talking to all the people that listen to you, how you were fragile until you had them there, and they were listening and they supported you and stuff like that. And then I also had the other perspective where you could have been talking about like your girlfriend or something like that. Because I mean, there's bars in there where you say like changing your last name, and I'm not going to rush into things, stuff like that. That made me have that other perspective. So it's kind of cool to be able to bounce back from, several things with just one song.
For sure. I think perspective is such a cool thing. Joyner Lucas built the majority of his career off songs about perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Not Racist is about perspective.
It's a
Ross
great song.
Cappuccioni is about perspective. Fucking the best. It's like the exact same situation from two different points of view. And I think that is so cool, man.
It's a brilliant thing. Yeah.
Definitely a very interesting take on, how to do it, because a lot of music is one-sided, like especially with how do I want to put it?
Words, Hatter, words.
Yeah, English is hard. But with like Doubt, you kind of did both sides there too, because you're like, yeah, I'm dealing with all this stuff. I'm dealing with all these people doubting me and saying that I'm never going to do anything. But at the same time, you're showing them how you prove them wrong. So you still kind of did like the both sides of it there. And not many people do that. It's more or less, just my side of the story. And it takes a really deep mind to be able to sit there and put both sides of the story into the same song. Or into like a different song as a response to that song, kind of.
For sure. I've been trying to do that more recently with some of my songs. It's like, if I'm going to present a problem in the song, I should probably present like a solution to it as well. So like in Hero, in the first verse, the hook's like, I ain't no hero, but I'll survive, blah, blah, blah. And then the first verse is being down in the dumps, like, I don't even know the words, but it's all about like woe is me and being down in the dumps and life is hard. But then the second verse is kind of like fighting your way through that, right? I can complain the whole song, but who is that helping? Yeah, you can relate to it, but I also should offer you like the knowledge that I have to combat those feelings as well.
The positivity versus the negativity. Yeah,
Right.
Absolutely.
Purple Cinnamon
Yeah,
asks. Go ahead, KT.
I was just gonna say it's a brilliant thing, but that's about it.
Okay. I just didn't want to lose the questions in the chat.
You're good. You're good.
If music wasn't your thing in life, what would you love to be doing with your life?
I always joke about this. I say if I wasn't doing music, I would be a monk in the mountains in some Eastern country. I joke about it, but I'm like halfway serious.
With you, the
Well,
way
yeah,
your
a lot of it
mindset
has-
is.
Yeah, a lot
I
of
ain't
it.
joking about
it
it.
makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense because I mean, you fucking full of that manifestation stuff. So makes perfect sense actually.
So yeah, I mean that's just it's a simple life, bro. You're literally just living. But besides that, I would be doing something that requires creativity, man. I think that is the beauty of life is we all have this like creator energy with us to make the world even slightly different than it was before we were here. And whether that's from one song, because that wasn't here before you were born, or, you changed the world fucking doing shit that Elon Musk is doing right now, right? But either way, that ability we have to make the world different than it was before we came here, I think that's insane. So it would be something that taps into that, creator realm that we have.
Okay. You care if I do the next question, Hatter?
No,
You've
go
done
ahead.
like 7.
Well, I'm just trying to keep up on chat. These are all coming from chat.
Oh shit. You're right. Okay.
Voltage
I'll give
has the
rapid
next
fire
question.
answers. Let's run it.
Okay. You want me to read through them and get caught up, and then you can do the written down ones, KT?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Voltage asks, I got one more question. What are your thoughts on when you may try to start doing shows again? Do you have any plans or ideas of when things might happen?
So I have no real intentions of doing shows right now, and I'll tell you why. I've opened for a few people, and it's been a blast, and I have a good time. It's like a big party. But, I hate the idea of getting into a room full of people and like having to convince them to like me or my music. I think that's super fucking weird. So my real goal is like, as of right now, build my fan base as gigantic as humanly possible. So when I do decide to do a show, the room is filled with people who are there to see me and we could all vibe and they know me and they know the music and it'll just be a really good time and the building will be filled with incredible energy. I have no desire to make a room full of strangers try to like me and like sell myself to them. So with that being said, right now I just want to build a fan base so big that I could fucking say I'm doing a show and we fill that bitch up and we all know each other and have a blast.
That's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. What is up, Namson? What is up? Rude Knock, I see you guys here. Xavier Soul, what is good? And just Cam says autotune is the most misunderstood part of music. I agree, Cam, and I think people tend to overutilize it.
Yeah, it has to fit the vibe for me.
For sure.
And I think we're all. Hang on. Oh, okay. So this is a kind of a similar question from Xavier Soul, but it's got a little bit of a twist on it. He says, I'm late to the stream, so I don't know what's all been asked, but what were the main music rapping things that you struggled with learning how to do throughout your career? Like, I know earlier you said you had issues with, like, you didn't know how to mix, or, like, you got to the point to where, like, certain flows and certain styles were, like, you felt like you hit the ceiling on it. So, is there anything other than that that you feel that you had a really difficult time either learning how to do or overcoming?
Yeah. So a few things. I'll talk about like earlier in my career. Um, I think finding my voice was hard. I always wanted to approach a song with like a certain type of voice or like try to match how my voice was on the last one. I'm like, no, it doesn't sound the same. My energy was better on the last one. Now I've realized it's kind of a per song basis, like whatever you're feeling at the moment, just like approach it with good energy and you'll be good. Um, and to like simplify that even further, I was trying to find a voice to hit it with when I could have just used my voice the entire time. Stop trying to find like a cool voice to whatever, like just literally use your voice and say it with intent and passion and it's going to sound good.
Okay.
What else, man? Being myself completely unfiltered. I think that took a while because everyone's afraid of being judged to an extent. So you make somewhat surface level songs, but that's not going to resonate the souls of fucking human beings everywhere, which is what make things go viral because everyone's like, me too. That's literally what it is. If a million millions of people love your songs because a million people felt like me too, I resonate with that.
Right.
But how much can they resonate with it if it's just surface level and you're not talking about real things that you've went through? So I think being transparent was hard in the beginning because I was afraid of being judged. And I remember thinking, like, looking at artists who did do that before I blew up, and I was like, yeah, well, they can do it because they're famous and no one's going to judge them for it. If I do it, like, people in my family are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I'm just some kid making music. But I think getting past that was huge because I was super passionate about the mumble rap shit at the time, and apparently so were a bunch of other people. So that was a big change with that. And yeah, the voice being transparent and yeah, nothing super crazy.
All right,
Word.
KT, you've been waiting patiently. You get to ask your question now.
Yay! No. All right. So this was kind of brought up earlier with the song "How Come." You kind of delved into like the inner meaning of it. I kind of wrote a script for it slightly of what I was gonna say. So don't mind me if I stumble. The song "How Come" to me is like a self-reflection. That's how I viewed it. But I also viewed it like how we talked about with multiple perspectives, because verse 2 you kick in with your what your family thinks of you, or what you think your family thinks of you. I was just genuinely curious if it was a mixture of both. Like, is that what family members thought of you, or is it like what your headspace was at, you know?
Hmm. So yeah, the song definitely is a reflection, a self-reflection, and the second verse is definitely what I thought my family thought of me, but it's a very exaggerated version of it, or not exaggerated, like worst case scenario, like when your
Right.
thoughts just like fuck you up.
Right.
But it's a lot more subtle than that in reality. No, I have a good relationship with my family. It's more so just like overthinking, because it's like um you can be very, very successful,
Mm-hmm.
but if like people you care about are still um if you're more focused on the success than like family matters, so to speak, like spending time with family or really connecting with them on a regular basis, then you think too hard into that, and that's what the second verse is. Like, they must have some sort of resentment towards this, because how proud could they be if the reason I'm so successful is because I spend all of my time doing this and like moved across the country and because of it. So it's like it's a big exaggeration of like a thought that is probably small in the back
Right.
of their heads. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of like making a
Okay.
mountain out of a molehill. Just
So
Well,
yeah, so I spoke to my girl about it before I put it out, because I was like, is this too much? I was like, is this like too heavy? Like, am I gonna like hurt feelings dropping this? And what she said is, she was like, I think the reason it's going to hit your family so hard is because they don't know they feel that way yet. And you're
ooh,
bringing that to light. And I was like, wow,
that's wow. Yeah. Shivers. Wow.
right?
crazy. And when she said that, I was like, fuck. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it was super, like, you could hear the emotion in that verse, especially at the moment where you're like, where your life without us is happy. As soon as you said the word happy, it sent shivers down my spine, because the way you said it, I could tell like it was a way that you were feeling, and I was like,
Hmm.
damn, dude, oh, that's rough. Like,
That shit was a vibe. When I
mhm.
recorded that song, bro, I live in Arizona. It doesn't rain here. When I recorded that song, it was a rainy, gray day, and I was just in my studio. You heard that hook. I was just
Yeah,
screaming, bro. Like, it
it was
was
a
the
great
whole
hook.
vibe just came together really well. But that's one of my favorite songs I've made too, because it's so fucking raw.
Right.
Hmm.
I gotta ask,
I
how long did it take you to wrap everything up in tinfoil?
Oh my God, bro. It
dude.
was the worst. It was the worst video shoot preparation ever.
I'm
Ever.
sure.
Out of every video I've ever shot, that was by far the worst. I can get my girlfriend in here and she'll rant about it. It was terrible.
I think it made the video come to life, though, because when I was watching it, it felt like it had a meaning of being like trapped or stuck in these thoughts, you know?
Exactly what it was.
And yeah, and it was a fucking really cool way to express and show what you were talking about, you
That's
know?
my video guy Cannon. He's the mastermind behind that.
Tell them good fucking job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's filthy.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Like that whole song, the video, and everything. Like you could. I don't know what broke me more. Like KT said, like there was the way that you said happy that it sent the shivers down his spine. But like when you recorded the video, just like I legit could see the pain and the concern in your face. It's like, shit, does my family really feel this way about me? Do they feel that I'm just pushing them off to the side to continue with my music? And like, that's one of the things that I respect about the music that you do, because like I said, you do look at it from different perspectives, and you have the vocals that sit there and grab you, and then you have the beat, and then you also have the visuals. Like, there's so many songs that you've done to where I've watched the music videos, and it's just like, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm lost in my feelings now. Thanks, Vin J. But
That's the music videos are so much more important than people realize. You know, if you're just trying to get big and you want to put out a bunch of songs, cool. You just need like a one take video like this. That works too. But what videos do for it, man, is it turns something that is just a song and touches on one of your senses to a three-dimensional experience, an immersive experience that you watch and hear at the same time. And if
Right.
the video has purpose behind it to elevate it, then it's going to make the experience 20 times better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's weird how that works actually, because like you just hear a normal song, you know, or like let's say we listen to How Come, right? But we're not watching the video, we're just listening to the song. That person that's listening has to stick to their imagination of what's going on, which is cool, you know, they could see it from their perspective, but when you're actually telling a story through a video, it hits so much harder,
oh yeah.
you know?
Yeah, you're driving that point home.
Mm-hmm.
And to touch on what you said, KT, like the everything being wrapped in tinfoil, being like you're kind of trapped with those thoughts or whatever. But at the same time, tinfoil is semi-reflective, so it's like everywhere you look, you're still it's looking into yourself. You're still dealing with these, you know, thoughts and everything that you're having too. So it's like there's no escape. Not only are you trapped with the thoughts, but you're forced to sit there and take that soul search experience or whatever. You know, you're forced to face it face to face.
I thought it was cool that he covered up all the props in his headset and stuff, you know? I was like, wow, he kind of went out of the, like, outside the box for this one. It was definitely
It's good to watch, not so good to set up.
So I'm pretty sure it's safe to say you're not going to do anything with tinfoil in the near future.
Never again.
Fair
That's
enough.
fair. Maybe plastic wrap. No.
If I'm using tinfoil again, someone else is setting up the entire video shoot. I'm not helping.
Here, have a
So
few
bad.
grand to do this for me, please.
Literally. I paid people to come help take it down because it was so fucking much.
Wow.
That was
Damn.
ridiculous.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, that had to have been a lot of tinfoil. 'Cause
Yeah.
You had
It was worth it, though.
every square inch covered.
And there was what do you even call them? Clothespins? The silver cap ones with the pins on the end. Those were all in the walls too to keep it on. So we had to pull all of those out,
Oh,
and it was
goodness.
hundreds,
Oof.
and then pull the tinfoil off, and it was just excessive.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, you went fucking all out on that thing.
All right. Tony
Worth
Lonely
it.
in the chat says, Vin J, you're super dope, bro.
Appreciate you.
And then we're caught up on chat, KT, if you want to ask the next question, if we have any left.
Yeah, we still got, I think, one or two. All right. This one, I mean, we kind of delved into earlier with the whole negative comments thing, with like 5 comments. Oh, this hurts. But do the negative comments still get to you? Like, how is your mindset when it comes to negative comments? You know,
Very good. I would
Very
say my
good.
mindset is very good on the negative comments now. Mumble Rapper was kind of boot camp for that.
Mhm.
But it's it's all perspective again, man. Happy people don't hate. So when you see people hating, you just got to empathize, because if you're spreading hate, you're just not happy. So you can't let someone who spends their time in YouTube comments talking down on successful people affect you, because then you You're playing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get that perspective, that fucking losers who spend their time in YouTube comments saying negative things, and I literally mean losers, like people who just lose in life because their mindset sucks. It can affect you. Like if a baby was talking shit to you, would you get all upset about it? You'd be like, no, it's a fucking baby. I don't care. And it's the same thing with negative comments. You're like, this person's a loser.
Okay.
Right.
I've
Okay, that
never
makes
left
sense.
a negative comment on a YouTube video because I'm too busy doing shit that's going to make me successful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a hell of a way to look at it. Like I'm sure you've noticed I'm missing a couple of front teeth. I get those comments all the time, and then like, oh, you're missing teeth. Yeah.
Like, thanks, I haven't noticed.
It's like if it concerns you that much, PayPal and Cash App's down in the description box. Like,
Pay for it.
other than that,
But
like it used to bother me. It used to, like, because I was really self-conscious before I even started a YouTube channel, and then like I learned really quick, you have to have tough fucking skin. If you have thin skin on this platform, you are not going to last.
Yeah.
it comes with the territory. If you want the success, you got to deal with the negative shit.
Yeah, and like it's kind of to the point where, okay, you're trolling me, so I'm gonna have a little bit of fun. I'm gonna troll you back, and they never re-comment after I say PayPal and Cash App are in the description box. But
There's in Russ wrote a book called It's All in Your Head, and he had a quote in there that fucking hits hard. It says, if you want to avoid criticism, then be nothing and do nothing for your whole life.
Ooh.
But you still won't be able to avoid your own criticism at that point then.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because then you're gonna look back at your life and you're gonna have
Yeah.
a bunch of self-doubt, and you're your own worst critic, no matter who
you're
you
gonna
are.
you're gonna realize that you allowed all that fear to cause you to live a life that's lacking what you want from it. So
Mm-hmm.
you could escape criticism by doing nothing, but you won't be able to escape your thoughts criticizing you for squandering your potential.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, I've dealt with my fair share of criticism. It was mainly when I first started, because everybody was like, "Wow, you're just another white rapper. You're Eminem-esque, all that kind of stuff. You're trash, blah blah blah." And I was like, damn, And I used to let it get to me, and I used to like reply to those comments and like shit on them back. And then like,
Let it be.
yeah. After like, I can't remember. It was one of the Instagram lives you were doing. And you ended up pulling me in there, and we talked for like 20 minutes about something, and it was all just about that kind of stuff. And it kind of like made me realize that they weren't worth it, and just stay positive regardless, because everybody's got opinions and stuff. So yeah, you definitely changed my mindset for a lot of things.
For sure.
It was
That
yeah.
energy spent replying to those negative people could be directed at something that could actually bring you more success.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in, like, your mindset is a very, very powerful thing. Like, if you wake up in the morning and you stub your toe and you think, oh, great, it's going to be a shitty day now. You're right. It's going to be a shitty day.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
But, like, if you wake up and you stub your toe, it's like, we'll get through it. It's no big deal. Hurts a little bit now.
Oh,
It'll be
dude.
fine. And if you have that positive mindset, it just influences your entire day. And it's amazing how one little drop of negativity, it like just spreads. It's like a ripple. It's the ripple effect. And it can fuck up your whole day.
Yeah, weeds don't need any water to grow, man. They thrive and spread and take shit over. Flowers need to be watered.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. You with your philosophy.
Come on, fam.
Hatter, I should send you the video he sent to me. Wake up, listen to the video, sit there.
It's daily affirmations to start your day, and basically what it does is sets your mindset right to start the day, man. And this is never mind. I'm not going to get into it because I'm gonna get hella philosophical now. But long story short, every single thing we do is in the present moment. So if you're not feeling good in the present moment and you're still doing things, the outcome is going to be a much shittier version of what it could be if you were in a good state. So your state should always be priority number one, regardless of what else is in front of you on your plate. If you're not feeling good, fix that immediately and then proceed. Because whatever you're going to touch in that shitty state is just going to be subpar compared to what it could be otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Conversations with people, creative things, anything.
Damn.
Again.
Right?
Yo, Vin is one of the best human beings out there.
Thank you, man.
This is my first time talking with you, Vin, and I got to be 100% honest. Like, in some of your music videos, you come across as, I don't want to say cocky, but it's like, this is my shit, sure. I own it,
yeah,
type thing. But like sitting here talking to you, like, you're such a down to earth, humble dude, and like I've heard people say this before, but then like you compare it to some of the music videos, it's like, I don't know.
But after hearing that information and then listening and watching those music videos again, you could see it from the way he explained it.
I'm never gonna be able to do another Vin J reaction the same again. Like,
yeah,
my mind's gonna constantly be going like.
And at the end of the day, man, this is a thing, right? Is cockiness is just a level of self-belief that makes other people uncomfortable. That's all it is. There's like, that's a good amount of self-belief. That's a good amount of self-belief. That's too much. Now you're cocky. But you don't get to control how much I believe in myself,
right?
And how great I think I am,
right?
Exactly.
I hope you didn't think I was trying to be disrespectful.
No, absolutely not.
I didn't know how else to word it.
I'll explain tracks of mine like that all the time. I'll be like, this is more like arrogant type track. It's just a way to describe it. But yeah, on a deeper level, it's funny how other people dictate the line between what's appropriate amount of self-belief for you to have. And that's where the word cocky comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I make one simple statement and he does it again. Oh, you want some more philosophy? Let's go. Boom.
I'm just trying to get to the root of shit, man. I've had to, man. You got to do that shit to survive. Otherwise, you're fucking lost, bro. You just need a better understanding of things, and then shit stops bothering you so much.
Damn, bro. Like, I didn't realize I was going to get all this. Like, I think I'm taking more from this
I should have warned you.
Else.
I should have warned you.
Yeah, you're an asshole. Like, you didn't tell me that, like, I was going to have to relook at my entire life and every decision that I've ever made.
He made me do the same thing, bro. When he started talking to me originally, like, it was so much information that he was just giving me, and I was like, small brain trying to compute. Holy shit.
I hope it could help you guys.
It has.
It definitely
like
has.
I said, you have definitely inspired me, you know? And you and, like I said, you and Crips have both been my numero unos. So it's just how it is. The way your mindset is the way that I'm trying to form into with how I want to perceive things.
For sure.
You know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely have, I'm going to say, a very unique way of looking at things, especially with the way of the world today. Like, everything's cancel culture, or, you know, you have to respect my feelings and my thoughts and this, that, and the other thing. And you're just like, okay, like, you're looking, okay, you look at the whole picture. Like, everybody else, when they see the puzzle, they're looking to see where this one freaking corner piece goes. And you're stepping back and you're looking at the whole picture. And then, like, you see shit that people don't see because you trained your mind to think differently and to think outside the box. And that's an amazing ability to have. Like, I don't want to say ability because it's not like a D&D game to where you can roll being able to, you know, retrain your mind. But it's a really good characteristic to have. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. We got a couple more questions in chat, and then I think we'll close the show if that's okay with you.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, so the first one I see here is from Rudnock. How much for the feature Vinjay? I can answer that one. I'm constantly on Indie Amplify.
So I can tell you the feature price, but I reject features constantly.
They have to be the right song with Vin J.
I rejected a feature this morning, and
Damn.
yeah, they're $1,500 for a feature, but I'm only doing it if I like the song. I don't care.
Right.
You could offer me 3,000, I'm still not doing it.
Yep.
That's fair enough. But that just tells what that tells me is you respect yourself as an artist. Like you're not going to put yourself on something that you don't feel comfortable on. So that's just
Absolutely.
you being confident in yourself. And okay, I'm
I
so
feel like
confident in myself that this song doesn't match what I'm going to give it. So I'm going to politely decline.
Yeah, I think paying for features, nothing is wrong with paying for features. I've done it in the past. But I think how could I say it? My perspective on it is getting paid for features rubs me the wrong way sometimes because if the person is like very subpar, now it's like I put in decade plus 15 years to get where I'm at and you just want to buy your way to the top. But you
Right.
haven't put in the necessary hours, and the only reason you haven't put in the necessary hours is because you don't care enough. So why should I care more than you? And so that's that's the reason why I don't get on songs with everybody. But then again, like Young Swag hit me up when we didn't know each other. He hit me up for a paid feature, and what was it? I'm trying to remember what song it was. Doesn't matter. But there's other times, like sometimes I'll just take the money, by here's your verse, have a good day. But with Young Swag, I was like, this song is crazy. You deserve more viewers. Let's put it on my channel. Let's split the song 50-50, and let's make some money, and let's get you some more fans. But that was because he clearly invested the time. He was super talented, and he deserved more recognition. That's a completely different story.
Yeah, Swag's a really good dude. It wasn't Scars because that one just came out relatively recently. I know which one it is. Swag's in like that.
The Path.
Yes, The Path. I did a reaction to that one. Like it's when I had to restart the channel, I was like, I got to get Vin J and I got to get Swag back on the channel because I've done reactions to both of you and I support both you guys and your music. And I was like, I'm gonna find a song that I haven't heard, and I came across that one, and I was like, this is the one we're gonna react to. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jimmy Juggalo says, hi, Vin J. This is Jimmy Juggalo's wife. I absolutely love your work. Had to steal his phone to tell you I love your work. LOL.
Appreciate you, Jimmy Juggalo's wife.
Zai says, may I appear in this video? You already did. You walked behind me.
Well, you didn't. He asked that like 20 minutes before you walked in the door, dude.
I didn't even know that. I haven't looked at chat at all.
I guess the last question we have in the chat is, why does every white rapper always get compared to Eminem? Beastie Boys came out way before him, and I think they are a lot better.
You're entitled to that opinion. In my opinion, the reason why every white rapper gets compared to Eminem is because I think he's widely accepted as the best white rapper, and he's by far one of the most impactful. So I think that's why. And he was the first one to pop up on the scene the way he did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a ton of support popping up on scene, and
he also had a ton of hate too.
But, yeah,
I don't think the Beastie Boys were as intertwined in black culture as Eminem was either. So I think it's just a completely different conversation.
That's a very valid point. So, do you plan on watching the Super Bowl show? Seems how we have some phenomenal people performing in it, Vin J.
Yes, I actually haven't watched a single NFL game this entire season, but I'm hosting the Super Bowl because I'm weird like that, and we're gonna have a good time.
That's cool.
Fair enough. Yeah, just stay away from the Pro Bowl. That's a fucking joke anymore.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like I literally started watching it yesterday, and they're literally basically playing two-hand touch. They walk up, or they run up and put their arms around the person, and they call the play dead. It's like, you make millions of dollars a year. You're in full pads. Fucking tackle. That's what you get paid to do.
And they don't. It's not worth it for them.
God. Like, it's supposed to be the best of the best, and what's the point of having the Pro Bowl?
Yeah.
Like,
There's
right,
no big reward for them, bro. The risk versus reward is shot. The
right.
risk is they get fucked up and lose their multi-million-dollar contract annually, and the reward is a pat on the fucking back.
Pretty much.
All right. Let's get one or two more questions from chat, and then we'll call it good.
One thing I am
So
going to
just
say
drop some questions.
is if you are new to Vin J, make sure you are following him on all his social media platforms. All you have to do is go to the search bar, type in Vin J, he will pop up. The real Vin J is usually his tags. Stream his music on different platforms, whatever you have. Amazon Music, it's on there. Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora too, correct?
Yep.
So you
YouTube, everything.
Stream it everywhere that you can. Show this man some support. He's a phenomenal artist. Also, if you want to check out any of his merch or contact information, head to his website, youngprofit.com.
Youngest Prophet.
Youngest Prophet. My bad. It wasn't
Yeah, I
scrolling
knew.
across the top of the screen. I was like, it's not there yet. I'm going to fuck this up. Yep.
We tried to get Young Prophet as the domain, but someone else has it, and then they wanted like $8,000 for it.
That's crazy. Yeah, so go to youngestprofit.com. That's where you'll find your new Beast Unleashed merch for the 5th. God, fucking words, Hatter.
Okay, there is a question being spammed.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not spam the chat.
Yeah, please don't. What artists are you wanting to work with this year?
I don't have any specific in mind, but two that have been on my, I'll say three that have been on my radar, like in my thoughts as of lately. I just don't like making songs designed specifically for people because then once again I feel like, creatively suppressed. But three I'm interested in is Kriz, Calico,
That's a good one.
Tech Nine.
That's also a good one.
And Jelly Roll. I love a feature from Jelly Roll.
Ooh.
That'd be dope. I feel like the Jelly Roll one would be very interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's just got to be the right record. I just got to make one and be like, he would sound great on this.
Right.
What happened to the Beast Unleashed video? Is another question in there.
Do they mean Beast Mode video?
I think they mean Beast Mode, which is something we mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It got copyright striked and was taken down, sadly.
You can see it everywhere else, though. All other streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because people are, oh, I get to claim everything because it's mine. Bullshit.
Exactly.
The melody is mine. That's it.
the little snippet. All right, so we are all caught up on questions. Vinjay, is there anything that you would like to say or anything you want to ask either one of us?
Nothing I want to say. You guys pretty much plugged everything and we spoke about everything.
I'm scared now because now we're going to get a philosophical question. It's like,
No. I guess I'm going to ask you both the same question is what steps are you both taking to advance your careers right now? Like anything specific that you haven't done in the past to make something else shake? A new approach to uploading, anything of that nature?
Yes, actually. So recently, I decided that I wanted to stop doing reaction videos. Like I'll still do like live streams of like an album if something drops like that. But I stopped doing those because when I was doing those, I wasn't focusing on the music, and I really wanted to push myself to get better with the whole singing and getting my melodies right and stuff like that. So I've been working hard on that recently, with the album I'm currently working on. But yeah, and I've also started investing a lot more money and time and effort into my music.
Smart.
Because I'd like it to be seen. And I've also started using your advice with the whole beat thing, with the license. Mm-hmm. So
Very smart.
yeah, but that's really it for me. Just working towards that, getting the features I want to get. I mean, obviously, I'm saving up right now to get you on that song that I want to do, and then there's a couple other features I want to get because I feel like features are like the best way to really grow on a
Yeah, they're
platform.
super helpful.
Yeah. So, and it's not clout chasing. It's the fact that I want to do that song with that person because I enjoy them, you know? So it's just that's just kind of how I'm going with it right now.
Cool. What
Yeah.
about you, Hatter?
With me, with the reaction channel, like if you go back to the very first reaction I did, it was absolute dog trash. Like quality sucked, the video sucked, audio sucked, everything sucked. So I constantly strive to try to learn at least one new thing every day that can help out with the YouTube channel. Um, One of the biggest things that I want to do is get this YouTube channel to where it's profitable enough to take care of my family, obviously, but I also want to help out other people because, like, as a child growing up, we didn't have anything. We were like way below poverty level. So, like, it wasn't, are we going to eat tonight? Or what are we going to eat tonight? It's, are we going to eat tonight? And, like, I know what it's like to come from that being down and out, and I want to try to help people as much as I can. So I want to use the channel for that. So I'm just constantly learning new tips and tricks, new styles, just everything I can do. Consistency the last couple days. I haven't really uploaded to the channel, but that's because I'm battling COVID right now. It finally caught up with me, so I've just been trying to get myself better so I can get back onto it, and then I'm just gonna, like you said, believe in yourself and consistency. Like I'm gonna take a lot of the shit that you said tonight in this interview to heart, and I'm going to initiate it on the channel. And all I can say is thank you. Like, you opened up my eyes, bro. Like, I have the motivation, I have the drive, but like, you put the horse on the right track, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Happy to do that, man.
it definitely helps me, and I'm probably gonna watch this stream a couple times over to really get those
Oh, yeah.
things into my head, with a lot of the stuff you said. So
Yeah, definitely.
mhm.
Cool.
Xylerius did post one last comment. Can we expect more genres besides rap in the future? I know rock was considered at one point.
Now they're making me leak the exclusive. Okay.
I think I heard a little bit of a pop
Yeah.
rap thing on a live.
So I am working on pop punk records right now, but I was and still am on the fence. I was gonna do a pop punk EP, like 5 songs.
Ooh.
But I'm not sure I want to dive that head first into it. I think what I'm gonna do is, I mean, I love the genre and the songs I have for it right now are killer. But I think instead of diving that headfirst into it and appear to be a rapper who's transitioning into a different genre, I feel like that's too MGK like, and I don't want to copy anyone's whatever.
Right.
So I think the way I'm gonna go about it is I'm gonna continue to make pop punk songs here and there, but they're gonna come around once in a blue moon, and it's just gonna be like a fun thing that you can expect from me every so often. So it's not like a rapper who's transitioning into pop punk like MGK did, but it's more so a rapper who is also, when he wants to, he can make very, very good pop punk songs, but he has no intention of transitioning his style into that.
Right. It just shows that you're a versatile artist. It's not defining you. And that, never mind. I won't go in on that little tangent.
But yeah, so quick answer, yes, I'm doing pop punk songs as well.
All right. So, anything you want to close out with, KT, before we do our closing? And we'll let Vin J get on with the rest of his night. He looks like he's getting a little uncomfortable in that chair.
I'm also uncomfortable in this chair. It hurts to sit in sometimes. But nah, man. Really, I just want to say thank you for coming onto the show.
Definitely.
Like I said, I was very surprised that you even first off read the message, and secondly was like 100% just yeah, let's do it. And I was like, oh fuck, like I think those were your exact words. So I really appreciate you for coming on here and really just telling the viewers and us about like the life of Vinjay and the mindset of Vinjay, and just talking about your album and stuff like that. So I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Anytime. I appreciate you guys having me. Like I said, I'm just giving back.
I can't tell you how much like that means to me, because like I know you're a busy dude. You're constantly working on music and whatever. Like I just try to show love and support because obviously I vibe with your music. I love the messages in your music. I want other people to hear it. I'm a small ass channel, so am I gonna get an absolute ton of new eyes on you? Probably not. But even if I get one or two more people hooked on you, like word of mouth travels so well, and it's just I want to do my part to help push people out too. Like that's why I started my reaction channel. I listened to Crip's song "I'm Not Okay," and that song fucking broke me. And I was like, I know reaction channels aren't supposed to hear the song first, but this song touched me on such a deep level. I want other people to hear it, and that's what started my reaction channel. And honestly, if it wasn't for Crypt, I would have never came across you. So like you got to count your blessings, and everything happens for a reason.
For sure.
All right. Well, we are all caught up. So I guess thank you everybody in the chat for coming through with your questions and spending your time here. We appreciate it. Again, Vinjay, we want to say thank you for spending your time here with us. It truly does mean a lot. You have no idea. But anyways, guys, this is going to be the Mad Hatter and KT. I'm pointing the wrong way. There we go. KT Cracka with Crackin the Madness signing out. Hatters, until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. As always, we will see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.